I've been working at SaskEnergy for 17 years. Spreading safety is one of my top priorities.
I got my gloves on. Safe.
It's even become part of my name, Safety Sandy.
And your crew stay safe.
Safety Sandy started as a fun nickname, but it became so much more. Working with customers, calling before they dig, I wanted to be a part of that, so I joined our Occupational Health Committee, and that's what started this amazing ride over the last 17 years. Being on committees isn't always fun. You don't always have a big lineup of people, wanting to be on a committee. So we needed to find a way to make our OHC committee fun and engaging.
Okay, go ahead.
So we wanted to create fun videos that our employees would continue to talk about for years, and that's exactly what it's done. I've been out and about at Agribition, and somebody comes up to me and says, "You're Safety Sandy," and it's somebody I've never met before, but it means so much to me that, my safety message has traveled, further than these walls. If our employees aren't safe, our public isn't safe. So every new employee that starts here at SaskEnergy, we make sure we do the safety orientation. Show them where all the evacuation routes are, first aid kits, how to report a hazard near miss. Make sure we're telling them that they need to back into their stall, just so they know how important safety is here at SaskEnergy. Over the last couple of years, we have really focused on mental health. We bring in speakers, we make sure we have our employee family assistance program on hand, and we just get everyone, here talking.
Better put on my seatbelt.
At the end of the day, I kind of look like a fool sometimes, but it's worth it to, get that safety message out of there. I don't see it as it's part of my job. And at the end of the day, life is so precious and we just can't waste 1 minute of it. So being safe, working safe, playing safe, it's just something that every single person should do. And I just try to make sure it happens here.
Safe.
I'm very, very passionate about traffic control. I started championing that the moment that I showed up with construction and design. It's sort of a self-appointed nickname of Dr. Detour. We've shortened it to Dr. D. And it's kind of been sort of a tongue-in-cheek approach to the fact that I tend to dissect traffic detours, proposals from contractors in the city, much like a surgeon would. I've been with the city of Saskatoon for 8 years now. I'm in my 9th season. When I started with the city, there was a lot to absorb in a short amount of time when it came to safety. And so that learning curve, it would get very stressful. So what I wanted to do was help foster a culture of empowerment where I could do what I could do to help prepare them to succeed on their own. Little things just as simple as giving my phone number out for a call after hours. And it's taken a life of its own. That impromptu mentorship has made a huge impact. They've kind of been able to do this stuff on their own now. And I'm happy about that. I'm proud of it. It was time for them to fly. And now I just kind of sit here looking like a doting parent. I've moved more into a situational leadership role, but I am there when they need me. I care about safety. I care about people. And I really, really am proud working for the city because the city deserves recognition for the hard work when it comes to safety. There's a saying that goes, "A rising tide lifts all boats." And what I wanted to do was create a cohesive, confident group that was going to be able to lift each other and promote that culture within the city of Saskatoon.
My work environment can be challenging, and I think about safety at every step of every job site because I've been here so long that everybody's like my family. I'm the kind of guy who shows up on site and I was like, "Oh, Devin, how's it going?" And then so if they do something right, they're doing a Devin. If they're having a fun time, they're doing Devin. If you're doing a Devin, you're doing a good thing. I'm restoration technician lead, but was recently promoted to a project manager at Saskatchewan Fire and Flood. With every job, you don't know what you're getting yourself into until you actually show up and start kind of investigating what you got to do that day. And we do what's called like a hazard assessment sheet. So we go through that and we go through all the hazards, and that could change at any time too as well, because as we're opening up a wall, there could be a new problem. So I always made sure when we got to site, we filled out that hazard assessment form that they are using their corrective PPE making sure that we check our masks, make sure the filters are on correctly, so that we can face every hazard with the proper equipment. I make sure at the end of the day that they have all their digits intact. They have they're just overall safe, because I've grown quite attached to all my members of my crew, and it's just everybody in my whole entire company. Like, it's a big team effort to keep everybody safe every day, because that's what I really want to do, is make sure that they come into work safe and they leave safe.